Okay, so these are some things that I learned after making my first 1K doing dropshipping. So far I've been doing dropshipping for I think 3 months now, and I'm at like 2.4K in total rev. And I have one other store that's an MRR store, and I'm doing I think 1.3K a month. So I mean, I've been through the starting stages pretty much a good time. I've ran, I think, was it 6 products now. I've done 6 different products, and if I've had success with 2 of them. Last month I ran the Valentine's Day product, and that did 1K. That was my first actual product that I got sales with. And then the month, actually in that same month, towards the end of the month, I started my personal product, my full branded product, and that one was doing good. It was kind of a slow start, but once it got rolling, it was going crazy. So some things that I learned, right? So if you are a beginner doing dropshipping, I'm saying don't listen to the propaganda, bro. I'm telling you, just calibrate, bro. Like, just I hear me out, right? A lot of people that have been doing dropshipping, they hate on calibrating, but I'm gonna be honest, that is the easiest way to make money doing dropshipping. There is no way that's easier than calibrating. Calibrating might generally be even better than organic, or easier than organic, because look at it, like you're taking winning ads that have already been good. You're literally just doing it yourself. You're just taking their stuff. You feel me? Like I don't see why that is so off putting to people, because I look at it this way, right? When you want to go far with dropshipping, you have to learn skills. You have to learn how to be a marketer. You have to learn and how to market. How to make a good site, how to find good products, all that stuff, right? But you have to start somewhere first. Everybody does it. Everybody, even big dropshippers today, they're still doing calories because they understand that it works. That's what matters, is that it works, and they're gonna keep doing it as long as it keeps working. So just keep caloripping, or start caloripping. If you are a complete beginner, just start caloripping. For me, I thought I was too good to do calorips, and I ran my first 3 or 4 products. I didn't calorip them. I found them all myself. I created my own ads. I tried native image ads. I tried static ads. I tried a hell of stuff, bro. But that moment that I started caloripping, I guarantee you I started making sales on that. And I mean, I don't think it's just me. I don't think it's that hard to do. As long as you learn how to make a good site, as long as you learn how to actually pick a good product with not too much competition, because that's one thing that you are gonna have to learn. But you can't get you're not gonna go anywhere with caloripping if you don't know how to pick a good product. And that's just hands down, because a product may have a million in sales on calorie data, but that's a problem because everybody's trying to run the product. There's no you're just another fish in the water. You want to find something that is pretty low rev but high potential. So that's just one thing I picked up from caloripping. I really would suggest it if you're starting. Just do it, bro. Just do some research. I may make a video in the past, or I may make a video sometime about how I actually do it. But until then, just really try to look into that. Okay, so the second thing, right? The second thing I learned is you need to stay a profitable ROAS, right? You need to understand, right, that you're not gonna be able to scale if your ROAS is trash. But there's a but. So on the front end, you're not gonna be able to scale if your ROAS sucks, because you're spending more than you're getting. I mean, it's simple as that. And in the long run, that's not gonna win. That's not gonna work, right? It's just not. When you're giving more than you're getting, you're just gonna get screwed in the end. So yeah, that's a very simple one, right? So the next thing, what was it? It was good. Next thing, okay, this is what I said. If you're doing dropshipping, right? If you haven't made your store yet, bro, please, I am begging you. I wish I did this, bro. You need to have a backend set up before you start running ads, before you make your site, before you do anything. You need a backend. You need a supplier. You need, that's the main thing. You need a supplier, a reputable supplier, and then you need to know where the money that you're actually getting from sales is gonna go. Right, that may sound dumb, but that's one of the biggest things that started screwing me when I was doing my first couple of stores, is that I was getting money from my sales and they're going into my personal checking account, and I'm spending it on bullshit, bro. Like it's simple as that. I'm just spending it and spending it and spending it, and then when it comes time to actually buy more, like spend more on ads, I don't even have the money because I already spent it on all this other stuff, you know. And that, like, think about this, right? It's not bad to use the money that you're getting from sales to spend it. You know, that's the point of getting money. I mean, you know, but what you want to do, you want to bring it to a business bank account, right? You want to bring it to a business bank account, and then you want to pay yourself out from that business bank account. Because if you're not, you know, paying yourself like a certain wage, you're just gonna end up spending all your money that you got from sales. And trust me, bro, that it sucks, bro. Because when you're getting a lot of money from sales, like I was doing like $200 a day, you feel me? But I'm over here spending like, you know, 30, 40, 50 bucks out of that 200. Then when it came around for me to spend money on ads, I didn't have the money, you know, and then that just kind of led me to slacking on my ads. And, you know, if I was more consistent with that and I didn't spend a lot of the money that I was making, I probably could have had, you know, even more money on my actual store. So that's just one thing you really got to think about. And it's not just with drop shipping. You want to think about that for all sorts of business. Like, you need to be able to put your money in a separate bank account and then pay yourself out. And then, so okay, so say you don't even have a business bank account, right? If you don't have any sort of business bank account, you may be under 18. Your parents just signed on to your Shopify for you, right? What I would do, right? I would make my own. I would use whatever card I'm using to get my Shopify payments. You know, a lot of times they have a checking and a savings part. I'm sure they even have that on Cash App. You know, just separate your money that you're getting. That's just the key. Separate the money. No matter how you do it, you gotta do it, but you have to separate your money. Simple as that. Um, and the very last thing I'm gonna end off with here, you know, make it a little bit short. Uh, I think that people that start dropshipping, they think it's a get rich quick. You know, they think it's just gonna click. It's not gonna click, bro. I mean, it will click eventually, but you have to make it click, bro. It's not gonna do it by itself. You're not gonna do that just by putting in a few hours. You have to, like, it's a grind, bro. Like, it's a business and it's a skill. Because once you gotta think about it, right? When you're running ads for your products, you're learning marketing. Like, you're not a seller, you're a marketer, you know. And with those marketing skills, say you don't even want to do dropshipping. Say this is gonna be random. Say you want to start like doing freelance brand skill or something like that, bro. You already know how to run ads, how to navigate Meta Ads Manager. You have all these skills, you know, and you're able to apply them to different sorts of businesses. So it's like you really need to think to yourself that I'm not doing this just because I want to do dropshipping. You're doing this for the skills, and those skills could really take you anywhere, you know. But yeah, that was the little rant. Couple of things that I learned from hitting my first 1K. Also, bro, if y'all don't know what MRR is, bro, start doing an MRR store, bro. Subscriptions are the future of dropshipping. It really is, bro. Like, you will make crazy money with MRR, bro. It's literally passive money, bro. Like, I'm getting paid to do nothing, bro. After you get that first sale with MRR, every single month, bro. Look into that too. But that's gonna be it. I messaged you guys if you guys did finish the video, and yeah.